If you've ever tried to color your buttercream a bright red color, you'll know that this can sometimes be difficult to achieve. And if you haven't tried before, watch this video, you'll need it. I'm going to share two methods that will help you make vibrant, bright red color. Method one is the easiest, but you need some time for it to work. There are different types of food coloring that you can use. I would recommend that you either use gel food coloring, which can be the regular red food coloring, or things like the red extra that gives you really vibrant food coloring. And you can also use powdered food coloring. I would definitely recommend that you do not use liquid food coloring. That will not give you vibrant colors, and it will most likely split your buttercream. So I'm using American buttercream, which is a super easy buttercream to make. I've put a generous amount of red food coloring into the buttercream, and I'm just going to mix it until it's nicely combined. You can use this technique for buttercream, royal icing, and ganache as well. Once you've mixed it in, you'll see that your buttercream actually is not very red. It looks a little bit more pinkish. The color in the buttercream can take a while to fully develop. So what you're going to do is cover up your buttercream and allow the color to develop over a couple of hours. Ideally, if you can make it the day before and leave it overnight for the color to develop, you'll find that you have a beautiful, bright red colored buttercream. This technique works with buttercream, royal icing, or ganache, and this is one way to get vibrant red coloring. Method 2 is quicker and you don't need any special tools. In this cake decorating tutorial, I'm going to share with you how you can make red buttercream, just like in here. Nice red color. I'll be sharing you some tips and some tricks and showing you how you can create this at home. I'm going to do red coloured buttercream. Red coloured buttercream can be notoriously difficult to get, and I have a secret weapon. Sugar Flare Extra Red. It's super concentrated and it's an easy way to get brilliant red food colouring without emptying your whole bottle of food colouring. Remember, there is a limit to how much food colouring is safe to put into your baking. So something like this that's extra concentrated is good for getting red coloured buttercream without having to use so much food colouring. I've put a link down below on where you can get this. So that's what it looks like. And I use a cocktail stick just to take a little bit of colouring. Again, I always say it's best to have a little and build up. So that amount, and just smear it into your buttercream. And then what you're going to do is just mix, fold. So mix. You'll find that your colour starts off going more pink rather than red, but don't despair. Mix it up together, then build up the colour gradually. If you don't have super concentrated food colouring, another easy trick or good tip is to colour your buttercream pink and then red. Okay, so I'm going to add more food colouring. A generous amount this time, and just smear it in your buttercream and then stir like crazy. So I've added quite a bit of food colouring already, and remember, this is the Sugar Flare Extra Concentrated. But you think it still looks more pink than red. Don't despair. With deep coloured buttercream, time is the secret to getting deep colours. Not putting in more food colouring, time. So you can leave this for a couple of hours, preferably overnight, for the colour to develop into a gorgeous deep red colour. Or if you haven't got time on your hands, I'm going to show you how to do the microwave trick. And this saves you time but will give you beautiful colouring. So what you need to do is you're going to melt your buttercream. I know, it doesn't make sense, but you've got to trust me on that. Pop it into your microwave in bursts about a minute or so each time, stirring after you finish until it's melted. Let's do that. This is after about a minute. You can see it's starting to look like melted ice cream. And the first time I did this, I thought to myself, oh my God, what have I done? But you've got to trust the process. So you want it to be really melted. I'm going to pop it back in the microwave for maybe another 30 seconds and see. But can you see that the colour is starting to develop? No, don't believe me. Okay, stick with me. It works, okay. So I put it back in for another 30 seconds and it's really starting to look like really melted ice cream. And sometimes you might even notice that the butter has melted and starts to separate. Don't despair. But if you look closely, can you see that the colour is much deeper than what we started off with? So heat helps activate the colour. So don't despair. It's all part of the process. I often say baking is an art and a science, and this is the science bit. So, see, look at that. That does not look anything like buttercream, but don't worry, it will come together really nicely. So I just like to give it a stir, and what we're going to do next is cover it with cling film and pop it in the fridge for about an hour or so. So this is the buttercream straight out of the fridge. It's been in there for about 3 hours. It's now solidified and it's looking more like the normal buttercream consistency. And look at that brilliant, beautiful red colour. This is how you get to colour your buttercream red. If you follow these steps, you'll be able to make brilliant red buttercream at home. Just look at that transformation. From white buttercream to a pinky red to a brilliant red colour.